We're going to take a look and a run in the ASICS Glideride 2. It features ASICS guide sole technology, which essentially locks your ankle from flexing up and your toes from flexing down, and a stiff rocker profile with up front a hardened EVA propulsion plate. It gains 2 millimeters more stack height to come in probably about 36, 31. So that's more cushion. And it does gain a bit of weight to come in at 10.5 ounces, 297 grams in a US 9. It'll release in February, $150. And now I'm going to take them out, one on each foot with the Glideride 1, and tell you how it all turns out. Rocker effect here with those improvements, a little softer, a little more forgiving. This is clearly a shoe that has the rocker profile, because underneath here we have hardened EVA plate. It's not a carbon plate or hard plastic. So you're clearly in a rocker shoe here. And I think the rocker here is smoother, if you will, than say the Zoom Fly 3 from Nike, for sure. So it's a more forgiving rocker. You've also got our guide sole, which kind of stabilizes your ankle and shins from rotation, so you're flowing forward very smoothly. Of course, it's a completely stiff shoe, but you won't really notice that as much as, say, in a traditional plated shoe. So it's really an improved daily training ride here of the rocker variety. The guide sole will really direct you down your path of travel forward, very consistently, step after step. I put the Glideride 1, the red one, and the new Glideride 2, one on each foot, and I took them around one of my favorite loops, the Newcastle Loop. It really has water on all sides. It's an island. It passed a lot of colonial history. Some of these houses date back to the 1600s, and of course, there's some lobster boats to be seen. Let's talk about fit between our two Gliderides here. Our Glideride 2 has this dense but very thin engineered mesh, while our Glideride 1 has kind of a 3D engineered mesh. There's clearly more stretch in the Glideride 1, because as I ran my 7-miler today, a bit damp, I felt I really needed to lace up my Glideride 1, whereas my 2 stayed nice and secure. The laces are very secure and slip-free. The white nubs provide some friction, and I think they're also reflective. The monofilament mesh of the upper is a bit like a fishnet, so it doesn't have much stretch, so you get a very secure hold. And those Tiger logos are the light show variety, so they are highly reflective. As a result, I felt a more secure midfoot hold, and in terms of the toe box, I really appreciated a little bit less dense toe bumper, although this really wasn't a problem. Initially, heel hold was actually a little better on the Glideride 1, but as things went along, the Glideride 2 held me better. Tongue is comfortable. This is, I would say, an improvement on the upper. In terms of breathability, a little hard to tell, but I imagine it'll absorb less moisture than our more dense mesh here. Let's talk about ride between our two Glideride. Very similar, but I think the Glideride 2, because it does have a bit more foam, is a little softer. In particular, I noted my forefoot was less tired in the 2 than in the 1. We can flip them over here and take a look at our outsoles to see that we have a wider opening to the plate here than in the 1, and we have, I think, a little bit less kind of dense rubber array here between the 2. So the result was I felt more cushioned in the forefoot here in the Glideride 2 than in the 1. I also felt the heel geometry is a little different here, and you'll see as there's more of a flare here. So this feels a bit more heel heavy than our Glideride 2. And I also felt I got off the heel a little quicker, and my overall transition was a little smoother in the 2 than in the 1. So when you take that also with the fact the upper stays snugger a little bit longer, I think this is an overall improvement for this rockered shoe. Glideride 2 will release February 2021 for $150. We have a full multi-tester review with many comparisons over on our site, RoadTrailRun.com. We'll hope you'll check that out. And we also hope you'll subscribe to our channel. Thank you very much for watching.